Morning, DFSArmy. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, here with another Prize Picks video where I give you my 5 favorite Prize Picks. Again, very simple site, very fun to play. You're just going over and under projected fantasy points or the single stat if you want to do points, rebounds, and assists. And I got a few of those in the 5-pack today. So, but before that, we do got some exciting news over at Prize Picks. Now, if you're in Alabama or Vermont, you can now play PrizePicks.com. They added it. They're going to add a few more states as well. As that information comes in, I will let you know in these videos. Also, they're going to have a promo starting tomorrow. Check out tomorrow's video. Once that information comes in, should be pretty fun. It's for NBA and college basketball. But again, if you don't have an account, head on over there. Use promo code DFSArmy. Get a 100% instant deposit bonus up to $100. And again, very simple site to play. I'm going to show you the website version of this and go through the plays and why I like them. But they also have an app, both on the App Store and Google Play. So iOS, Android, got you covered on both sides. But hey, I'll stop rambling. Let's go over there and check out the picks that I like today. All right, as you can see, I have the site up here. And I got my 5 favorite picks. I will do like I always do. I will do in confidence rating, number 1 to number 5. And we'll go into a little bit on each pick on why I like them. And then maybe I'll talk about a few other picks I was on the fence on. So give you some more options, kind of what I was thinking about. Like I said, up here, college basketball, NBA, they got all kinds of stuff. Again, over in DFSArmy, we have a chat room specific for PrizePicks.com. So you can head on over there if you're a VIP member, and people drop picks all day long. I know I've been seeing some CSGO in there, some League of Legends. If there's any NHL picks, I'll drop them in there as well. It's a whole lot of fun. So let's dive into these first 5. First, again, number 1 here, I'm going Jonas Valenciunas over 17.5 real life points. He's been back 2 games now. Again, he was out for a long time. In the 2 games that he's been back, he's dropped 23 and 27 real life points. Gets a good matchup here against Charlotte and Cody Zeller. Not worried about him at all. I think it helps out a ton. Clark isn't around either, so he's going to get more shot attempts here. Had 12 and 11 shot attempts over the last 2 games. The first game back, only 24 minutes, but the last game he played 34 minutes. I think we're going to see the low 30s minutes, and 17.5 points for Joe Val. Just a little bit too cheap here, especially with Ja Morant there. The second pick we're going to look at is his running mate, Ja Morant, over 7.5 assists. With Joe Val there, they run a lot of pick and roll, and he likes to get to the rim, and his assist numbers have been up since Joe Val's been back. He's actually had 9 assists in both games that they've played. Great matchup against Charlotte. They'll get up and down. I think with Lamella Ball taking some chances and undue risk, he's going to be able to get to the hoop pretty easily there and find Joe Val. So I do like this over at 7.5 assists. The third one we're going to go is actually in the same game. LaMelo Ball over 41 fantasy points. Again, this is a great pace-up matchup against Memphis. They like to play fast. I like this matchup for him. We do not have... he should play... Ball played 32 and 31 minutes last game. We have... Terry Rozier is going to be in there, but we don't have no Graham. So those minutes are going to be very secure for LaMelo Ball. And it's all come down to minutes. The big takeaway for me, though, is the coach is always concerned about the turnovers. Now, he did have 4 the last game, but only 1 before that. But the big thing for me is plus 29 and plus 14 in those 2 games. So I'm sure the coach is looking at that, have some more confidence in him. And he does it in multiple ways. His stat line of 24, 10, and 7, 19, 5, and 7 over his last 2 games. And he only had 1 steal, and he's pretty good at the steals and blocks. Does a little bit of everything. 43 fantasy points last time against Houston 2 days ago. I think we're going to see something towards 45 to 50 fantasy points in this matchup. I really like this LaMelo Ball over 41 fantasy points. And then we're going to go over to the Indy and Brooklyn game, with number 4 being Domantas Sabonis over 46.5 fantasy points. I know that's a big number, but we have seen people just absolutely smash Brooklyn and the bigs. We saw it with Plumlee last night, where Brooklyn actually lost and Detroit beat them, which was pretty shocking. I know Brooklyn is out with Durant, but they should still be beating a Detroit team. So Sabonis, even though this is a pretty high number at 46.5, I think he can get there. I think he puts up a 50 burger on these guys. Should be able to do whatever he wants in the paint. They're a horrible defensive team. I think you can look at multiple Indiana guys here. And after I'm doing these 5, we'll look at a few more of the Indiana players and see if there is some spots for them. So again, over 46.5 fantasy points. And the last one, again, I'm going to go James Harden over 53 fantasy points. I know this is a monster number. And they played last night. It's a back-to-back. I get it. But they lost. There's no Durant here. It's going to be all on Irving, all on James Harden here. I think Harden's just going to try to put the team on his back and get this W after that loss against Detroit last night. So he put up 63 fantasy points last night, did have 5 blocks and 2 steals, which adds up to those points. But I still think we're going to see a 60-point game out of Harden here. He's just going to take the team on his back, and we're going to get a dub here against Indy, which is a good team. So I do like that over. Like I said, if we got the single stat thing is here as well, and we can look around for some plays that I was kind of on the fence with. A couple of them here was Terry Rozier at 17.5 points. I did like that a little bit. Now we don't have, and later in the day, Price Picks will start adding a few more plays on the board. Like as you can see with the single stat, we don't have any of the indie guys in points. So always come back, always check. That's why it's important to get in that chat room for DFSArmy, because as picks come up, people talk about them. We drop some more picks in there. I'm doing this video around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I'm just going over the picks that are on the board right now. There's probably better picks that will open up as the day goes by, but we have to deal with what we have here, and that's why I'm giving you the picks that I like. Another one that I was on the fence with in fantasy points, there was 2. Russell Westbrook over 41 fantasy points. He's coming back. I do like that against Toronto. Toronto's not the same defensive team that we've seen in years past, and that number feels awful low for him. But he's been so inconsistent that I couldn't pull the trigger on it in the top 5. And then just Luka over 53.5 fantasy points. I like the over on that one as well. I just feel like it's a spot where Atlanta is horrible defensively, can do whatever they want. We just saw Porzingis go off on a big game, so I think it's time for Luka to have him a monster game here. And so I like the Luka over 53.5. Again, it's a monster number. I get it. But again, Atlanta's not a good defensive team, and we could see Luka put up a 60 spot here. So really like Luka and Harden and all aspects in fantasy today, and especially over here at Price Picks. So those are the few guys that I'm on. There is the 5-pack. Again, if you don't have an account, head on over to PricePicks.com, use promo code DFSArmy and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And like I said, the big news for today, they've added 2 more states. If you're in Alabama or Vermont, you can play some Prize Picks now. And they're going to continue to add states as they go along. But just wanted to let you guys know that if you're in those states, you can now play and get yourself an account. Again, hope you like this. If you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and we will keep knocking this information out. And if you're not a DFSArmy VIP member, don't know what you're doing, we got all kinds of different subscriptions, but head on over there, grab yourself a monthly pass or yearly pass for DFSArmy, use promo code CashGig, save yourself that 10%, and we will just keep crushing. So see you on the flip side. Cash Gig, deuces.